Hello everyone, I am Kushum K C. Today, me and my group member Rakshya Shrestha and Zaki Ahmed Choudhary are sharing our insight on the book Failing Forward, Turning Mistakes into Stepping Stones for Success. The author of the book is J.C. Maxwell. Starting with the objective behind reading this reading assignment, the machine learning modelings are not always 100% success. They basically start with a failed model and uh, not getting a successful model even after multiple time is like a bit frustrating for the students, and it lowers the self-esteem of the student as well. So the students are more focused on getting the assignments done rather than learning the problem. So failing is an inevitable part of the learning, whether it is machine learning or any other problems. So each groups have been assigned the three chapters, and for the group 2 the chapters are chapter 3, 6 and 10, and each of our group member will be sharing our insight from these three chapters, and we will be also sharing our one strategy that will adopt from this point onward. So from here I'll be sharing my insights on the three chapters. So first chapter, chapter 3, which says that if you have failed, are you a failure? So in life, like, problem comes with both success and failure. So if you focus on your strength and be realistic, have positive attitude towards the problem, even the failure comes with the success. So the chapter says that the achievers are also the average peoples and the common peoples, but the only difference is their never giving attitude, never giving up attitude, and their positive attitude towards the failure. So think of failure as a temporary event, not the permanent event, and keep moving forward, focusing on the positive impacts that you learn from the experience, past experience, and try to cultivate the positive attitude even in the hardest situation. So the insight from the chapter 6 would be uh, the fact of life is something that you cannot change. So rather than focusing on the things that you don't have hold on, focus on the things that you can change, like having the positive attitude towards the problem. That's the way you think. So the positive attitude might not solve the problem, but it's the first step towards the solving the problem, because the positive attitude combined with the positive actions gives you the way to solve the problems, which is also the principle behind the failing forward. So have faith on yourself, because like, not the scenario, not the problem, not the people around you define whether you are failure or not, but your own attitude, your way of looking at the things make you failure or successful. So from the chapter 10, it explains that the life is full of problem, but the problem has one good thing, that it brings adversity, which provides a much more opportunity, maturity, motivations, and makes the life more resilient. So the book also says that the learning that we gain from failing provides more wisdom than the knowledge gained from success. So think of it as a think of a failure as the end of one chapter, and begin one more time from the learning from the experience and start over. So this is the thing that I learned from chapter 10. So the from learning from these chapters, the few things that was clear in my head was that it's really hard to learn when you are failing, but you should never hesitate to try one more time and take the risk of failing again, because the process requires much more time and effort, but everything that matters is you having the positive attitude towards the problem. So whenever you can, just gather the positive experience, think of the positive aspects of any event, and try to move forward. Just leave the baggage behind, leave the baggage of the negative thoughts and negative experience behind, because they will just drag you behind. So and the other most important thing is that don't think of the output and the finished product when you're starting something. Just focus on the learning process and steps. So the one strategy that I will be adopting from this point is that if I had managed to do it once, I can do it again and even better this time. So if I fail one time, I will give my best the second time again, and with the new strategy and new approach I'll try the second time as well. And if it doesn't work the second time, I will find new ways and new strategies to try for the third time, and I'll keep on going. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Rakshya Shrestha and I'll be talking about the insight that I got from some of the chapters of a book named Failing Forward, which was written by John C. Maxwell. So in this lesson, if you failed, are you a failure? The insight that I got is if you want to succeed, don't let any single incident color your view of yourself. uh, but in the path of success there will always be you cannot be sure that you will get your outcome without any setbacks, any temporary setbacks. It will There will always be something that will that that hindrance will certainly make you unable to move forward. But for that but that doesn't mean that will define you as a person, make you as a worthless. uh, so you need to for that you need to focus on your strength more, which will build confidence for you to move forward and have positive mindset to get your outcome in a proper manner. But if your weakness is a matter of character, and then you need to reflect on your values, beliefs, and personality traits more, and be conscious to make some efforts to improve them before uh, they can be a setback for your success. So, but that doesn't mean that you need to build a false self-esteem, being as telling nice thing about yourself that is not even real. You need to value yourself as a personal value yourself as a person, and whenever you work hard you need to reward yourself, and enjoy the process. Yeah, enjoy the process, and recognize one's worth regardless of one's achievement or failure. So the another quote that I like from this lesson is, don't wait until you feel positive to move forward, act your way into feeling good. uh, whenever you are faced with failure, you cannot wait until wait for a long time to make to feel positive. Um, you need to think about things that you make happy, so that you can you can work on your another work for your success, work for your success and make a better progress. And another lesson is, no matter what happens to you, failure is an inside job. The insight that got is, the goal is to control your thinking capacity rather than external circumstances. External circumstances cannot be controlled. They are beyond your reach. If you try to control them, it will only make your life worse. The, the I mean, if you want to overcome failure, you need to be responsible for one's failure. I mean, what you did, what can be done, that was what went wrong, and what can be done to make sure that it won't happen again. You need to focus on that. So you need to bring positive attitude and focus on what can be controlled. Controlling your mind, mind is more important than controlling your outer situations. So containment is an essential to being able to withstand failure. We all know that without contentment, anything is not possible. Not being satisfied with anything will only lead to a bad mindset. Now will only give you negative feelings, and so on. So you need to make sure that you are satisfied with what you are doing, while making sure that you are working hard. You need to be contented with what you are doing, learning and growing with every phases. So lasting real and lasting limitation are created in our mind. We all know that whenever we are not set anything in our mind, we always try to waver from it. We are indecisive and all. But whenever we set our mind for something, we always go for it right after and succeed in it. So the next is, grasp the positive benefit of negative experience. The insight I got is, learn from the process of failure rather than being stuck on adversity personally. The problem we face and overcome prepare our heart for future difficulties. we all know how adversity can affect us. It always makes us feel give negative vibe about ourselves, and we don't want to move forward. We don't want to do anything anymore. But we cannot stay stuck in that, and we cannot allow ourselves feel in that way. Take adversity as an opportunity for growth and learning. We need to do that, and maintain. We need to maintain positive and growth oriented mindset rather than uh, gain as much positive benefit from negative experience, so that we can get resilience and wisdom. We need to embrace failure as necessary part of journey towards success.
Good afternoon. My name is Zaki Choudhary. As a requirement of assignment 3, now I'm going to share my insights gained from reading the 3 chapters that were assigned to our group from the book Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. The chapter 3 was titled If You Have Failed, Are You a Failure? Failure is normal in life, but that doesn't define us. However, our reaction to failure tells something about our character. Instead of getting overwhelmed by an adversity, we should always focus on why we failed. In this way, we can grasp the opportunities that were offered to us sometimes by life. We should always count on strengths and work on our weaknesses. However, we should not spend too much time on dwelling on our weaknesses, because in this way we may ignore our strengths. The chapter 6 is titled No Matter What Happens to You, Failure is an Inside Job. Sometimes genuine tragedies happen in our life. However, how we respond to those tragedies, in fact, determines to which direction we are going. It is rightly said that failure does not happen to us, but happens within us. We should always think about the impact of our course of action on the life of other people that we care. If we think along this line, we can always accept the reality and try to improve the situation, and thereby we can keep a clear conscience. The last chapter we are assigned was Grasp the Positive Benefits of Negative Experiences. Sometimes we can turn some adverse situation in life to something beneficial. After reading this chapter, it reminded me of an incident that took place back in my undergraduate years. Our applied chemistry lab group was assigned to prepare a drug called acetanilide. Whenever we just prepared the acetanilide, a friend of ours suddenly poured some activated charcoal on it. Instead of throwing away the solution and starting afresh, we decided to boil the acetanilide again in water and filter out the activated charcoal. So usually acetanilide prepared by following the procedure gives a drug that has a grayish tint. However, once we filtered it from the activated charcoal, we actually got a product that is very white and free from any impurities that is introduced by the solution. So sometimes we can follow this approach uh, whenever some negative situation uh, we encounter, and thereby sometimes we can turn the table to our advantage. After reading this book, the strategy that I plan to adopt to focus on learning is based on my current style of learning, where I I am a slow learner, although I'm a thorough learner. But uh, in this approach, the problem about this approach is that most of the time I am faced with I actually get stuck a lot, and it takes a lot of time. We don't have that time always, and so a lot of time I get frustrated. So the strategy I plan to adopt is I'll try to see the bigger picture first and learn only the important aspects of a lesson and get involved in solving problems. So that's all from my side. Thank you.